Hey, hello, people. What's going on? Welcome to another live stream today. If you guys missed my live stream earlier today, it was very live. Hello, welcome. All right, just a second. Let me get this posted on here as well. Let people know to come check it out, I suppose, right? This, one of these. Boom. Choose this. Okay, and action. Oh, I think it is. Okay. Hey, yeah, what's going on, guys? So, all right, let's get focused up a little bit here, gang. Today we're building the Sunkai, the Honor of Kings Sunkai. I don't have the official manual for this. I have a printed manual for this, which means hopefully it won't be too difficult to like see what we're doing. But this does look like a very cool kit. And so yeah, if you guys missed the live stream earlier today, I was live over on my channel and we were patiently waiting for Bandai's announcements this morning. Finally, finally the announcements came and everyone was very impressed. Hang on, I dropped a piece here. Everyone was excited. Everyone's jaws dropped in amazement and sheer awe. Question mark? I don't know. If you'd seen my video yesterday, then you were not at all surprised, or you shouldn't have been, surprised with the announcement of the MGEX Rising Strike Freedom, which was the big announcement. But honestly, just as much, if not more exciting, were the other announcements, if I'm being honest. And I will be honest and tell you guys that the other announcements were very cool. So the RG Ground Gundam, for sure, definitely looking forward to that. The HG Hamahama, that looks amazing. I'm a big fan. The very first step of this build is getting this tiny little clear piece into here, and hopefully I can get it in. Yo! Get in there. I think I got it. Well, it's in there, but there we go. I think we can get it a little bit more. Something like that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because we're building maybe a lot. So we're building the head here first. So that's the first bit there you got to do. And okay. After that is what? Let's see. Odd sequence of events, but okay. So anyway, yeah, if you guys missed that, go back and check that out later on. Obviously, I would assume probably a lot of you guys have already, I mean, if you've been on the internet at all today, you've probably already seen what some of the new announcements are. But in case you missed it, I think obviously like a lot of the hype or just, I mean, hype or however people feel about it, I think there's a lot of mixed feelings, but a lot of what you're going to be seeing online is going to be focused around the MGEX. But I think some of the other announcements are honestly just as much, if not more exciting. Where's that piece? There's a piece. Oh, it's this one right here. Okay. I think it was it's the piece that we were just putting together. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming out. Aside from just the MGEX. So yeah, the Hama Hama looks awesome. The Ground Gundam looks awesome. The MG SD Double Ariser looks awesome too. So we got a lot of cool stuff coming out, to be honest. I mean, I think people are just kind of, I think I've seen around online just kind of the immediate reaction today and seen a lot of, let's say, disappointment. And I think it's just because it's sort of adding insult to injury for a lot of people in that we already have for the next MG, it's the Liberty Astray Red frame, which already a lot of people aren't super jazzed about because it's another MG Astray, understandably. But yeah, then for the next MGEX to also be like another thing that a lot of people weren't really too pumped about, I think it's a lot for the good people to take at the moment. So that's kind of mixed feelings, I would say, among the community from what I've seen. And by mixed, I mean not so good. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Let me see, what color do I actually want to use for this? Because the head, we have some options here, whether we want to use clear parts or the green parts. What's used on here? It looks like these are basically using the, I'm gonna pop this back out, these clear parts here. The what's on the box, which is usually like what I like to go off of when there's options like this, I go off just whatever is shown on the box. All those like clear, or not clear, but like a metallic teal kind of parts you have in clear orange if you want, but the metallic teal is kind of what's shown on the box. So that's what we're gonna go with now. Good to know this is Infinite Dimension. Some sites said it's Animest, only said Animester, so I got confused. Yeah, I was a bit kind of confused too, because I don't think that I've seen around, not only on our site, but on other sites too, have this as Infinite Dimensions. But I don't think, just like looking at like the logos on the box, I don't think that's not the Infinite Dimension logo. I don't think. I like put the translator app on it and it didn't say that. I don't remember what it came up as, but it was something else. But yeah, like I said, our site and others also have it as Infinite Dimensions, so I guess that's right. Yeah, it is Animester though. I mean, that's true. That yes, it is a collab. Whether it's Infinite Dimension or not, it is, Animester is definitely on the box, so that's for sure. It's the other logo that I'm not entirely 100% on. I'm not certain that that's the logo. Okay, anyway, face mask part here, and like that. Oh, cool. I like the design of this one, and just kind of based on the head so far, I think it's going to be like a little bit larger than I was expecting. Because I'm expecting it to be kind of like your standard like MG kind of size if we're comparing it to like a Gundam kit. But it seems like it is going to be slightly larger than that. The head's fairly large here. Got this part here at the back of the head that moves up and down a little bit there. So there's that. You know, we've got optional clear parts. And we're on to the torso, where we have a lot of parts. It's a pretty parts heavy kit. There's a lot of stuff here. And that's maybe wasn't too apparent just based on the head, but you're definitely going to notice it now going to the torso. And the skirt as well, just because the skirt has a whole bunch of like the clear armor kind of parts and stuff going on there. So especially for a torso, this is a lot of parts. There. All right, let's get started. So yeah, what are you guys most excited about? I mean, like I said, I've been seeing a lot of kind of disappointment about the MG-EX, but I think there is, as much as people are disappointed about that, there's also, I think, a lot of reason to be excited about a lot of the other stuff. So even if you're like not too excited about the MG-EX, are you excited about the new MGSD, the RG, the HG, the PG? No, I'm just kidding, there's no PG. Unfortunately. Or fortunately? M2 is what color? I kind of wish I knew. I'll have to see. Okay, these silver parts here. Not interested. Are these parts going to be kind of tricky to get on here? Ah, no, they clip into place here. That makes it much easier. Okay. These are like clipped in at the base there, and then they'll move when this is going to be like the torso. When it shifts side to side, that will move. That's cool. All right. The 00 was neat. Yeah, morning stream was nuts. I was surprised at how many people were there. It was like at its peak, I think it had almost 2,000 people watching live, which is pretty incredible. I don't know. I think I've maybe had like a stream like that before, but it's certainly very rare to have a stream with that many live viewers. So that was pretty crazy. Pretty insane. All right. But it was a good time. I mean, I was getting nervous that it was just gonna all be for nothing and that like we weren't gonna actually get the announcement because it was just delayed. And yeah, it just kind of seemed like wasn't sure it was really gonna happen. But fortunately, they finally announced the time, and then sure enough, at that time it came out. And then the great thing too was that it was not like I expected it to be like a premiere video basically, which is where it's not live but it like premieres live, which maybe it was actually, I'm not sure. But the point is that we were able to like skip through it. I didn't have to actually like watch the whole thing, which I suppose like it would be nice to kind of like go back and actually kind of listen to what's all like being actually said about the models and all that as they're introducing them. Although I can assume it's like, it's not really anything other than like, wow, these new models look incredible. Yes. These are the pinnacle of our new designs and all that. I mean, just kind of talking up the kits. So it was nice just to be able to kind of skip over all that. Where's this piece? It's not that piece. There should be another piece. L1. L1 is what color? Does it say here? It does not. L1 was either plated or clear. Oh, okay, it's this clear part. I have a feeling that this build is going to feel very similar to like the Baki, just because it's similar in that it has this kind of like humanoid organic kind of look to the design. And just like the complexity of the build too, I think is going to be very similar in that we have a lot of these very layered layers to the construction. and all these pits, all these parts like this that kind of fit together. Skipped the glaze and went right for the donut. Yep, you got it. We did skip all that glaze, and honestly just kind of put the glaze on ourselves. I mean, because like I said, most of it was pretty exciting. All right, let's see. Starting to come together now here a little bit. Kind of interesting. Quite the unique build so far, that's for sure. F2 should be this one, I think, right? But that's honestly kind of the great thing about a lot of these kits, and I think why a lot of people are kind of disappointed when Bandai has announcements like that. Like I said, I think a lot of the announcements are actually it's probably one of the best like announcement drops in my opinion. This is all like subjective, just kind of depending on like what you're wanting to see. But for me personally, I think it's like one of the best like announcement drops that Bandai's had in a while, just because a lot of it is all stuff that like I'm actually really looking forward to. But I mean, now just after like, you know, being on that for a while and now then coming and building this kit, it's like, oh yeah, this is like really impressive and it's like a unique design, and you can kind of see why kits like this are doing very well these days. So that's why I think there's kind of a lot like just kind of like higher expectations for Bandai now. And I think not so much from like the Japanese community, although I've not yet seen much of like what the Japanese community is saying about the announcements today. And I'm kind of anxious to check that out later on. I'm gonna see if I can see a bit more about what's being said over there. Okay. I think they're generally, I don't want to say like more forgiving, but more accepting, I guess maybe is the better word. And I have no doubt that all of Bandai's new kits are going to do just fine here. Like, it's not like any of those new announcements are just going to like completely flop. I mean, they're going to do fine. They're all going to sell well. But you know, the competition is getting tougher these days, and I think they would do well to kind of pay more attention to that. There we go. These are parts there for the back. Glad we got 2 MG announcements. That's my favorite line size. Bandai has lost me for a bit. A few years I've been supplementing that with in-era infinite dimensions. It's yeah, I get that. F2. F was this darker color. All right, this navy-ish kind of color. Here we go. That. Like, this is gonna be quite the build here, it seems. This is for like just the back of the torso, all the parts that we have going on here with this. D and A. I think A is going to be this one here. D2, D2, D is what color? Gray. I'll tell you guys, it's a lot more fun building these though when you actually have the actual instruction manual. Does get just kind of adds a not a challenge, but a little bit more. Just that much more effort to kind of see carefully what I'm doing. Like, look at this. Well, I'll wait here till once we've got this all put together, then I'll show it to you to say, look at all that detail. Ooh-wee. And we're not even done yet. That so far, all I've just done is basically just for like the lower half of the torso, which, phew. All right. And there are, let's see, there are a few stickers with this. I thought, or am I confused? I think I'm confused, actually. Maybe I'm not. I take that back. I think that's on the other kit that I was working on that it has some stickers. Is this meant to fit onto there? Because I don't think that's going to happen. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I feel like there's a little bit of a discrepancy from what's shown in the manual and what's here on the kit, that maybe the part's is maybe in the process of being slightly retooled, it might seem, which does tend to happen sometimes with these early kits. What I get to work on here is not exactly a pure representation of what like you guys can expect to get, because sometimes there's like very small fixes still yet to like sort out, and like the small discrepancy of what that part looks like in the manual versus what it actually looks like here on the kit is not a big thing, but I can tell it is slightly different. Just one little part there, like the connection of the torso piece there. This is pretty cool for the connection part here. For the arms, it's like 4 separate pieces each just for this connection part for the arms there. Pretty wild. And we're still not done. We've got these parts here. Let's see, one should be the ball joint part. There we go. And be this yellow part here. That. Even for this neck joint, this is pretty crazy. Even for just this neck part. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, kind of 8 or 9 parts, kind of depending. So like that's all of our neck right there, which would be 8 parts. And if you also kind of count this piece, which is like kind of the more like the base of the collar, I guess, there for the neck, that's 9. Either way, that's a lot of parts there just for that. Is that meant to be like up that high? It seems like up at quite a high angle there, but I think that's right. I mean, looking at the manual, that's what it looks like. So, all right. This part here on the front then just kind of holds that down in place then. So that's stuck into place. This big part here on the back to kind of lock that in here as well. And then we're still not done. That's basically the frame of the torso, which even that just already is, it's a lot. Okay. But wait, there's more. This clear part's going to be kind of a pain to get in there, isn't it? And not bad. Just use tweezers. There we go. Tiny little clear piece here, which goes on the back of the back. Okay. And then, yeah, this section is ×2. We got these little metallic bits. Now, I broke one of these, so just a heads up to you guys. I'll try to remember to mention this in the review. That little clear, or not clear, I keep saying clear, that metallic green part, you can see right in the middle, there's that little crack. I actually broke one of these, and so I just had to kind of glue that into place. But it's a very, very thin, fragile little piece. So in the process of cutting the nubs on that, I just broke that in half. So just a heads up to you guys, be careful with that. And I know we're still hyper zoomed. Just a moment. Yep. Okay. I wonder if the limbs are going to be like, I mean, they'll be somewhat quicker of a build, but still, like, it's a pretty hefty build, it would seem, thus far. Is that? But we're almost there. Got a little bit here left. I'm really impressed though so far. I mean, this is pretty intense. Here we go. And it looks really, really good, I gotta say. I mean, just even straight out of the box, it's looking pretty wild. Zach mentioned that he got his shelving from IKEA. I plan on getting some Starbucks. Oh yeah, the shelving that you normally see behind me, like in my reviews and stuff. Yeah, that's from IKEA. We love IKEA. No, those shelves are great, and they're like the perfect size for like Gunpla boxes too, just in terms of like the width and depth of them. Oh. So they're great. I've got, yeah, a few here and then a few in my garage at home too. Just full to the brim with model kit boxes. Hoo-wee. I will say, guys, this thing is looking real nice. I mean, you should expect, I mean, like, just based on like the box art, right? I mean, it looks cool in the box, so obviously it's gonna look cool built up. But I mean, like sometimes it's even like for how good something like this looks on the box, it's hard to really appreciate it as much until like you're actually building it. And I mean, putting this all together firsthand just kind of like allows me to actually just like experience putting all these parts on. It's just like part after part after part, and it's just like still going with all these parts, and it really allows you to just kind of like yeah, appreciate the intricacy of the build, and it certainly is that. There's just a lot going on here. And I will say, I mean, just like the quality of everything too, it's really nice. So like no fitting issues or anything like that. There was that little piece that I broke accidentally because it's a teeny little piece. That is completely my fault. But other than that, everything's fitting together very smoothly. And lastly, parts here. And the other cool thing about this too, the bonus parts, if you guys have seen this on the website, it says that it comes with bonus parts. So the bonus parts are like there's some clear armor parts for this. So oh, look at that. So all of that, and here's what we've got so far. So that is just a ton of parts packed into there, just for the torso and the head. I mean, it looks incredible so far. That is wild. All right. Did I miss your review of the PG New? Patrick, no, you did not. I have not done that yet. And I've talked about that before. I don't plan on doing like a typical kind of review for that. My plan is to just build it and paint it at the same time and just do like a painting work in progress series on it. And yeah, I just haven't had time to start that yet. But I think maybe in the near future. I don't know. I don't want to say when. There's another so there's like a small painting project that I'm just trying to finish up. There's like a handful of other painting projects that I would love to just like finish and just like be done with as well. And on top of that, next month too, I think I also will be doing like another like painted build, which will also be like a kind of project. I don't want to say, kind of like a promotional kind of painted build, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Yeah. So yeah, just got a lot of stuff going on, and that PGU new is no joke. So there's a lot of kit there. We're on to the waist. Hello. We're on to the waist section here next. And I'm actually just following the order of this, so I'm kind of surprised that we're on to the waist next. Somebody must be a fan of mine and know that I don't like building the limbs and then not having anything to be able to attach the limbs to. So no limbs yet. If I can figure out here, I'm just trying to figure out what. I don't know if Arnaldo's watching live and knows that he's dinging my phone the whole time on purpose. Are you watching live, Arnaldo? Texting me. No, just giving me ideas for a video bit. All right. Yes. What's that? Okay. I missing something? No. All right, just take it easy. I don't want to miss anything here. I feel like I'm going to. Hang on. Let's check the angle of that. That's supposed to be kind of up like that. Okay, so that's right. All right. And then D4, this part here, right? Nope, I think that's the next part. This one, here we go. So this goes, oh geez, this is gonna be kind of tricky to get this inside there. And on that, actually it wasn't that tricky at all. That's good. And this here on the back, just kind of pieces there that kind of hold that all together. And then this part gets added to the back here. Oh my goodness. This is, I'm gonna say almost too much, really. There's a lot going on here. Holy cow. I really hope that those replacement parts for the Nether Emperor full armor arrive today. They have not yet arrived. There we go. It's kind of a tight fit there. Okay. All right. Phew. So that's for the waist section. Oh, wait. Interesting. So that folds down there first, and then we close that up, and that folds up inside there for our kind of waist gimmick for this to be able to slide forward, basically. Rotate forward. If we unlock that, how do we unlock it? I guess that closes up on top. And this, when it's bent forward, I don't know, we'll see. I won't mess with it too much until we have it all put together, and then I think it will make a lot more sense. So anyway, that holds it together there on the back, like so. And these parts fit here on the side. Man, there is just a lot here. It's thundering again, I think, or maybe that's something else. Sometimes, like, because we're right next to like the Daytona, we're like right near the Daytona airport. We're also right near the racetrack. We're also not that far from like the Space Coast and like the Kennedy Space Center and all that. So like not that near that, you know, rocket launches are taking place like right outside the door, but like close enough that sometimes I'm not sure if when I hear like that rumble, I'm not sure if I'm hearing some kind of aircraft or something from the racetrack, which could also just be like an aircraft, like some kind of like flyover thing that they're doing, or if it's like something like kind of rocket launch or something like that. I'm never entirely sure. There's a lot of that. We're also right near Embry-Riddle University, which is an aeronautical university. So they also have a lot of different aircraft and stuff that they're flying over there. So that's it for the waist section, and then this is actually like this skirt section is like a whole separate section of the build here, but I just kind of have it all together just because that just kind of made sense. The trouble is, I think that's not the right part. I think that's right. It looks like this might be one of those sections where I might need to pull up the PDF in order to properly see the manual. We'll see. We'll see if I run into any issues. Oh, that looks right so far. I think that's good. And then, shoot, we gotta put that aside. I'm guessing this is right. Although, is it? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's this one. I think it is this one. Huh? I'm not entirely sure that that's correct. Or I think it is, but I just want to make sure. Okay, it definitely is right. I think that needs to be like popped in there just a little bit more. It would seem like, well, let's see, or maybe it's going to be held in better once we get this other part here in place. Let's see. So this is going to go here. Okay. Yeah, and that should be on here as well. Like that. Okay. I don't know why that's like kind of weirdly not wanting to fit in there exactly right. I'm sure it just needs like a harder push or something. Just to kind of pop in. Or I don't know, maybe not. Well, it's in there anyway, so I'm just gonna leave that like that for now. I think that looks right. It's where it's meant to be. Okay. Everything looks good. All right, for the other side then, got this one and this piece. Should be like that. And just kind of like the opposite here. Let's see if this one goes in any better. Kind of. There's like a little lip on like the peg of that part that fits in there, and I think on the other part that I was trying to put on there, I think that the lip was just kind of like a little bit damaged, sort of. And if that's the case, then it just kind of doesn't really, it's like such a small little connection for that. Like if it's at all damaged, it just like won't really fit. Or it won't fit as tightly as it's maybe supposed to. Again, it's just too small of a connection. But I mean, it's a pretty good fit. Let's see. Let me just make sure I got this one on here all the way there as well, as much as I can. I think that's looking good. Okay, for those parts. And then those attach onto here. And that's it. Hang on just a second, because I don't know if there's supposed to be that much of that like little tab sticking out there, or the little peg sticking out. I don't think it's meant to be quite that much. Let's loosen that up a little bit here. Guess that's that. Let me look at the, and this is another instance where I wish I had like the full manual to be able to see this a bit better. Looks right. Just want to make sure. All right, anyway, I think it's right. I know you have no say in this, but I wanted to ask what's up with USA Gundam VIP gold status needing 150 million points to earn. I don't know anything about that. Sorry. Hellspawn, that would be a question for Adam. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for you for that. I couldn't say. I don't know about it at all. And no, what I'm concerned about with this now is if, let's see. If putting the legs together is going to be getting in the way of, or putting the skirt armor on is going to be getting in the way of trying to put the legs on later. So we might want to, maybe that's why this was like a separate part of the build, like later on. You might want to like maybe pause this section and then come back to it later after we put the legs on. It's kind of an interesting bit of the build. You have to put together these like balls, and they're basically made up of two halves with a peg in between. So you have to put this little rod, which is not a metal rod, it's a plastic part, into one, and then the other half on the other side. And they're meant to be facing like the opposite way. This one's much easier. That first one was kind of tight though. And then you'll have like the ball sticking out too much to one side. So I'm trying to like press it down so that's even. There you go. Basically just to make like this. What's up, man? See you on the 3rd. Travis says, well, hello. The 3rd is what, Monday, right? I have to look in the calendar. No, it's not until later. Hang on, what is it? Thursday, Wednesday? Thursday. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I will be here. All right. And I'll have this kit. Interesting. So anyway, the reason why we're building those little like circle bit thingies is those act as the connection parts here between these sections of the skirt. Like so. And we really just should have put together all the rest of those. Decided to build 2 of them for this step, but you kind of might as well put together all of, I think there's 8 of them total that we have to build. So those circle bit thingies act as the connections for the skirt, which hopefully these aren't like too loose popping out of there. I'm also noticing that they are getting like a little bit of stress on those. So maybe not like the best connection. I think that's gonna be maybe not the best bit of the build. We shall see. Seems that that's just gonna be like coming off kind of easily. Actually, I thought there was 8 of these. I guess there's just 6. So I'm just gonna put I need the 2 more for the next part of the build, and then obviously the next 2 probably for the part after that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put all these together right now. Very interesting concept for these parts, although it seems like they're gonna be a bit of a weak point. In that I think the clear parts are gonna be like kind of coming off of these a little easily, and I don't know maybe how really they could have made the connections any better with this design. I'm not sure. Still kicking myself for not knowing about you guys when I was 7 minutes out during Rockville last year. Oh, yeah, if you were at Rockville, you were like literally right around the corner. But hey, if you're planning on coming to Rockville again, or just gonna be in the area, we will be here as long as it's not on a Saturday. I mean, just keep in mind we're closed on the weekends unless it's a build day, which this past weekend was build day. It was a lot of fun. Had quite a lot of people there, which is kind of the usual, but I mean, there was just a lot of people there. A lot of people building stuff, a lot of stuff going on. So I think it's fair to say a good time was had. Wait. All right, there we go. Yeah, so I wonder, if it would really be worth like trying to maybe glue those in, just because I would then worry about the glue either, depending on the type of glue that you're using, either fogging the clear parts if you're using like super glue, or if you're using like thin cement. I don't know if it would really work on the clear parts, because the clear plastic seems like it might be ABS plastic, which then thin cement wouldn't work. And then thin cement would also, the problem with that would also be that it would destroy the silver plating on the ball parts. The thin cement would kind of eat away at that. So I think just in the process of moving these a bunch, they're just gonna pop out all the time. But like, so long as you don't like move them around a bunch, they're kind of fine. So there's those. And again, if we get to a point here on these parts where it seems like, let's see, where it seems like adding these parts on is going to be kind of a hindrance to getting the leg joints, just not the leg joints, just the legs on later, then I might pause putting these parts together. But it seems okay so far. The side skirts, maybe I'm just going to have to leave off for the time once we get those built up here in just a second. These are the back skirt parts here, which you can see. Sweet. So yeah, there's that falling off of there. Does seem like that is going to be maybe happening a little bit here with this. Here attached onto the back. Is that going to go any more down? That's kind of about it. Okay, set that there. Last bits here for the side skirts. Yes, so this has this part here. Another one of these parts. It's just going to work very similarly here for the side skirts. Just like that. There, and the first of our clear option parts, which I suppose I might as well use. I don't know. Do I want to? Or not? Let's see, maybe for the other side, or maybe not. Yeah, maybe not for this part. Yeah. Well, let's see. If I use the clear part here, this looks like that. I mean, it's probably going to look a bit odd, so maybe not going to use that. Wait, that's it, right? Okay, yeah. Perfect grade glue. What's perfect grade glue? I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, I knew I was missing a part for this. I'm like putting this part together and thinking, something's missing, right? So that is meant to attach onto the side here. Like that, okay. And the same thing on this side, get this on. So these parts on the side I'm gonna leave off until we have the legs together, because it might be a bit in the way otherwise. But there's our side skirt parts there. Okay. The legs, like the torso, I'm expecting to have a lot of parts in particular for the frame. I mean, as you can see here, so we're still dumping more and more parts. This is all just for one leg. And it's a lot. Interestingly, even the legs are two separate sections of the manual. So normally it would be like the first part is going over like what is doubled. So it'd be like the feet and like part of the leg frame or something like that. And then once it gets to the point where there's a separation of the build between like the left and the right side, then it separates into building the right leg and building the left leg. the whole leg is separated. There's a whole separate section for the left leg and the right leg. So that means that none of it is going to be exactly the same. Although I'm assuming a lot of it will be very similar. You know, you just have the difference between the left side and the right side being slightly different. But even still, there will be a lot here. So let's see. M2. M2 is what? Not that. What color? It's not that. What color is it? It looks like this piece, but that's not it. No. Oh, okay. It's this one. I was about to almost give up. Just realizing something. I don't know. A2 is then not that, not that. This is one of the rare situations where usually cutting out all the parts for one section isn't really a big deal. But at least for the moment, I am finding it to be a little bit annoying. Finding the pieces that I'm looking for, which usually it's not really. This is not even the right part. Hang on. Okay. It is. It is. But it's not. Okay, there we go. See if I can find that. I cannot figure out how this piece is meant to go on here. That goes in there. Is this supposed to be like down more or something? There we go. Okay. Yeah. Just didn't have the angle quite right. There we go. All right. Phew. Figuring it out. Ooh. Ooh. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I don't know if we're going to finish the entirety of the build here on the live stream because this is it's an arduous build. Certainly not at all a bad thing, but sometimes a little bit tough to build live all in one go. Sometimes it's a little much. But we'll certainly make some good progress here. Oh, come on. ugh. It's like a slot here. I really don't know how to describe this, and it's just going to be like impossible to describe to you guys, but there's sometimes it's like a long, flat, thin piece that needs to fit in, and it's just kind of difficult to do sometimes. But anyway, there we go. We got it. Man, this is pretty crazy. Come on. Get on there. There we go. All right. Interesting. Is there two different options for that? Why is there two? Hang on. Those are two different colors of plastic. They're the same parts. Did I mix those up? Or is it just they're off the same run, off of different runners? The same color plastic or something? That's strange. That's gonna go where? That. Yikes. Oh, that's not it. It's that, and A2 was gray. So A2 should be a gray piece here. This one like that. Okay. Looking at that, thinking like, do I have the wrong part here? A2 is gonna go what on the front? Phew. Man, I don't know. Can they really be serious with this build right now? Because this is intense. Gonna need like to take a break. Where are we? That's A2. It's another gray part. It's not those. And start on the foot. Yeah, this is just still the thigh frame here, basically the thigh and knee frame. And there's just a lot going on. Let's see. A2, that should be a gray part as well. But where is it? A2 9. It's not that, it's not that. It is that part? Okay, yeah, it is. It's just kind of hard to tell. Looks kind of different in the instructions from what I can see. Alrighty. And with that, we're finally finish with the thigh frame. Bend the knee down. This part here on the top of the knee. And oh my goodness. That part there. The thigh is like kind of done, but then we still have this other part still that attaches onto the front of there. Okay, so we're still not really done with the thigh frame yet. As that's, I guess, part of the thigh frame, I suppose. B27 should be... It's not that. Okay. Yeah, so usually my method of cutting out all the parts ahead of time. Oh, what? Oh. Usually works very well. I think that still is the case with this, but definitely when we've got this many parts, I mean, like it's very rare that I feel like it's not that it's like hard to find the parts that I'm looking for here, but certainly more so than usual. It's taking me a minute to sift through all these parts a couple times here. It's taking me slightly longer than usual. There's just a lot of parts, basically. Just a ton of stuff going on here. Yikes. All right. So that then goes down. Then now we can start adding some of the armor on here as well. And then we still have not even gotten to the foot at all yet. Where is that? E. So it's going to be... it is that part. That, oh. All right, come on. We're almost there. Oh, that's the opposite side. Okay, hang on. Okay, it should fit right there. Yeah. If I drop this part one more time. Alrighty. Keep it together. All right. Just wanted to check with you guys. Is everybody like just catching how detailed this is? I mean, it is just very parts heavy, but not actually heavy. I mean, despite, it's kind of interesting, despite how many parts are packed into this thing so far, it actually feels very light and almost feels like kind of hollow. Now, to be fair, the inside of the lower leg is a lot more hollow than the thigh, but it is just kind of interesting. I mean, like how much you can see this going on. So like when the leg moves, I want you guys to like just, I'll try to show this as much as possible in the review too, but like that's kind of too zoomed in. When you're, so like this is going to be where the legs attached to the hips, like this inner part here gets more exposed as you have the leg stretched out to the side there like that. More of this is visible on the inside of the thigh. It's like you have inner thigh articulation there. When we're bending the knee, that part obviously there at the top of the knee pulls out, and then we bend that farther, these parts separate, and as we bend that all the way, this part here in the back also is tucking in as the knee bends. See how that's like kind of flush across there? These bits here at the back will fold inside on each other when we bend the knee. So, holy cow. And we're not done yet. Mostly done with the leg, and just actually a couple more parts. Should have put these last couple parts on here first before doing that whole demonstration. But we also have the foot still to go. So there's that, another red part that goes on there, and this part here. So yeah, it's, whew, man, it's making me hungry, to be honest. I need like a snack break. Oh, 15. Oh, it's this one. Oh boy. It's N2 7. I think that's this one here, yeah. There's a couple parts that, like, whilst cutting out all the pieces and everything, wasn't sure where to put. So that's just meant to just fit in there like that, eh? So you have that part on there, which kind of fits around the ankle joint, so that when we bend the ankle, this part there will be able to move and be an added detail part inside there. It's kind of crazy. Oh, shoot. I just remembered something I was supposed to do. Man. More detail pieces. Come on, just go ahead and pop right in there. There you go. Hey. there's the foot. Holy cow. Where's this part go? I think I have this either in the wrong spot, or that's a fairly important part that I somehow missed. Looks like a pretty substantial piece there, but I guess it's okay. What the heck? Those fit together like that. There's that up in there. And finally this back ankle armor. This ankle armor, which is attached at the back of the foot there. Like that. There we go. Whew-wee. What a leg. Holy cow. Man, this build certainly is wearing me down a bit. And it's not at all a bad thing. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like, it's not good. There's a lot to build, though. There we go. You got that creaky plastic going on here for sure. And yeah, these parts are definitely going to be falling out here, it seems. Although those aren't entirely necessary to have on there. Those skirt parts too, by the way. Oh yeah, and I think I might use some of the clear parts here. I think what makes this build also particularly not difficult but arduous is the fact that it's so different, so unique, that I kind of like it just, like, as I often talk about, like Gunpla, usually I feel like I can like build in my sleep, sort of. Even on like when you have a variety of different like builds between like newer HG builds differently from like an older MG, which builds differently from an RG or whatever. There's a lot of variety there, but it's like just so foolproof. And even kits that have a lot of parts still let's see, I want to use, so I'm going to use some of the clear parts, but not all. But anyway, yeah, just some Bandai kits, a lot of them, most of them are just very easy. And not to say this one's hard, it's just, yeah, different. All right. The good thing is that definitely building this second leg should go much, much faster. I think it wasn't that was in the wrong spot. It's just that, yeah. Looks like MGEX Iron Man suit. Something sort of like that. I mean, you know, I understand that it does look a bit like that, yeah. I mean, any sort of like humanoid sort of suit looking model kit is obviously gonna like remind a lot of people of Iron Man for sure. That definitely makes sense. All right. Where is that piece? Here it is. And then this one and this one and this. Hiding. Oh, okay. I just read that. Sorry. I also should be careful not to lose my place. Although this is all on the same page. Okay. I mean, well, we're not on to like a different page of the construction yet. All right. Definitely a lot easier to build the second time. Not again, I mean, I keep feeling like I keep having to qualify this, but again, not that anything so far at all has been difficult. I don't want anybody coming away thinking that that's what I'm saying about this. That it's a difficult kit by any means. Not at all. But as I keep saying, it's a build that will certainly take some concentration, I think it's fair to say. Which you should be doing anyway. Concentrating is good for you. But for me, it's hard to do both at once, that's for sure. Okay. That doesn't go on until much later. There should be... That doesn't go on until much later here either. That's like the last step. Totally lost track of what I was even looking for. What was that? What was piece? Oh yeah, okay. That piece for the inner thigh is what I'm supposed to be looking for. This one here. Got kind of distracted there for a moment. Sorting stuff. This is another part that we have a clear part for, but we're not going to use the clear part for this. We use a few of the clear parts for the armor, I think, and that's going to be about the extent of that, I think. Also have... Let's see, what? Okay. That's for that. That. This piece here, let's say that's much later. It is this one. All right. Sneak this one in there. Anyway, all right. Still not quite done. So as I was saying about it being hollow in the lower section of the lake, you can see this big hollow gap. There's kind of a big empty space right there in the middle. Not a huge empty space, but enough of one for it to still be pretty light here. Where are you in your Sun series read? Patrick, did you mean to say Dune? I'm almost finished with Children of Dune. So my plan is, my hope is to finish Children of Dune before, in the next couple days, basically. Because I want to finish it before going to Plamo this weekend. So that I can take a new book to start reading. Traveling is one of the best times to read for me. Just because when you're having to sit at the airport with nothing to do, it's a great time to read. So yeah, and I won't have a lot of airport time. I'm just flying from Daytona to Atlanta, and then going from Atlanta to Birmingham, I think, right? By car, I guess, which apparently is only 2 hours. It seems like it'd be much farther than that to me, but I'm trusting George on that one. Or not George, but Chris. Yes. So yeah, just about finished with Children of Dune. And then, yeah, I was planning on, after finishing Children of Dune, my plan was to then take a Dune break and read something else, and then come back later. But I don't know, now that I'm getting towards the end of Children of Dune, I'm feeling like I really want to just keep going and go on to God Emperor straight away. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put one of the clear parts here on the side of the leg, so you guys can just kind of see how that looks. There will be some more clear parts on here too in a minute, and so it'll won't look quite so odd just being the only one on there. It's this part here on the front of the knee. And this one here. And this one. Just gonna do all clear parts here for this side. Kind of maybe would make sense to have the part for the inner calf to also be clear as well, maybe, but we'll keep that like that. Just have it on the outside. Or do this one too. I don't know, what do you guys think? looks maybe a bit weird, or does it look fine? I mean, God Emperor is so good. I'm currently reading The Will of the Many. I just finished the Sun Eater series. I don't know that one. I'll have to look into it. This part we also have a clear part for here, like this. There's just so many options. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to like tonight or tomorrow. Let's like look over the bookshelf and just see if anything like jumps out at me where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's really what I would like to read next. Yeah, just to see if anything jumps out at me. If not, I think I would be okay with just continuing on with God Emperor, and then maybe after that read something different. But I don't know. We'll see. Children has so far taken me a while to read, and I don't know why. Like it's just like taking me longer. Well, I didn't mean like the main reason, I suppose, why would just be because I've just been busy lately, I guess. I mean, summertime's just kind of a busy time. I feel like, I don't know. You have a lot more like family stuff going on, I think, just during the summertime. But I think kind of one of the reasons why I was thinking to read something else before reading God Emperor was because I was thinking like, I want to read something quicker. I don't want to be spending that much time on the next read, as long as it's taken me to read Children of Dune. So that's like what I was thinking was the reason why I might want to read something else. But because Children of Dune and God Emperor, I think, are similar in length. So I'm thinking like, if Children took me that long, I want to read something a bit shorter next. But I think it was not that it took so long because it was long. It's just that it took so long because I just didn't have a lot of time. I was only able to read like very little bits at a time. So we'll see how I feel in the next day or two as I'm wrapping that up. All right. Lastly, should go full clear. Should I switch the thigh so that it's full clear instead of half and half? Because it's already half and half, just being that one leg is all clear and the other one's not. So I mean, maybe you're right. Let me see. Just let me get this last bit on there and I'll see. Oh my God, where did that piece go? Flew way off over here. Hey. All right. I mean, I guess, sure, why not? We'll go ahead and just pop that off and go full clear on those calf parts. I have to pop this off of there. Oh no. That's gonna be delicate. Come on, don't break, please. All right. Yeesh. There's all of our other. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's a clear part for the front of the toe as well. And do we really want to do that? We're doing like full clear, I suppose, but this clear part for like the top of the toe, I don't know if it's really necessary. I just want to keep the feet all in black. I guess. We'll just go with it since that's what it is. I do want it. So the only clear parts that I didn't use in here are the little red bit there at the knee and the red bit here on the inside. I think those look a lot better having those red details there rather than those being clear. The clear parts for the armor is fine, but for like the mechanical detail in there, I feel like I don't want to replace that with clear. Like you want to. The point of the clear armor is so that you can see the mechanical details. If the mechanical details are also in clear, then I feel like that just kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. Whoa! All right. I will zoom out here in just a second so you guys can see what we got going on with this so far. It's definitely larger. I said that at the start, building the head, but it's definitely larger than what I was expecting it to be so far. So there's that with the legs like that. The clear armor does look pretty cool, I gotta say. I mean, I like it with like the red and black there, but the clear does look kind of unique too. And so we've got clear parts for the arm as well. Very similar to, I think it was the Baki, right? That was similar, that it had some clear parts or like only for like one side though. Was it the Baki or was it something else? I don't remember. But I will go ahead and build one of the arms, and then I think I might have to wrap up the stream. I might need to take a little break and finish the rest of it later on. There's just a lot to this build, which is nice, and you're definitely getting a lot of value for it, that's for sure. The arms, aside from having clear parts for one side, and also I should say it doesn't matter which side. So the clear parts could go either on the left or the right. So you could like mix it up a little bit more, have some on the left, some on the right, whatever. The arms themselves are not symmetrical though. So the clear parts I think are only going to be for some of the symmetrical bits. Here we are. It's like the right side arm has these like spike blade things on the back of the arm only. No, the left arm, I should say. We should attach the skirt armor on here, I suppose, too, right? That'll give us the full effect. If I can. What's going to be like the best way to actually go about that? Because this is not wanting to pop in there. Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, that's it. All right. All right. The skirt definitely like sticks out a lot, which I gotta say, I think I'm gonna like this like as like a base kit more than like with all the skirt and everything else on there, just because it's such a cool like base body for it. That, I mean, I don't know, we'll see about the backpack, but at least the skirt just kind of adds a bunch, which I feel like is just going to be kind of like getting in the way when it comes to like actually posing the kit, which I mean we'll find out. But I mean it just kind of adds a lot of frill around the sides of there that I don't know if it's really kind of entirely necessary to the design, really. I think it's kind of cool without all that jazz, but we'll see. Okay, P1. A lot of these are just hand parts, so we'll kind of maybe attempt to scoot a lot of the hand parts to the side here first, just so that they're kind of out of the way. And that kind of helps narrow it down a little bit here for us. So we'll see. I mean, depending how quickly the arm goes together, maybe I'll build both arms. I was saying that I'll put together one arm and then I'm gonna wrap up the stream, but we'll see. Maybe we'll do both arms. We'll see where we're at with this. First of all, that's there. Where does that even go? Like that? There's only one of those, right? Yeah, okay. It would seem we're starting off with the shoulder, which interestingly is ×2, but this red part is not symmetrical. It's like kind of angled to the side. So if this is a shoulder armor ×2, that means on the one side it's going to be like angled the wrong way. I don't think it's bent. It almost looks sort of like it's bent, but I don't. Maybe it is just slightly bent. I don't know. I don't think it's. I'm not sure. Let me see. It must have the same, if it's ×2, it must have the same number, in which case they should be exactly the same. In which case, I think that it's just bent, actually. So I take back what I was saying. It's a little bit bent. I think it's maybe not so much bent, but it could have been that it was just kind of like a little bit error with the mold. Because like bending it back straight is kind of like stressing the plastic a little bit, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be stressed in its bent shape. Straightening it out shouldn't cause it to have like a stress reaction. So the fact that it is, it's making me think that maybe it was kind of an error with the mold a little bit, possibly, or something. But anyway. I will say the like pattern underneath the clear parts that we have on a lot of the clear parts here, like here you can see, and then like with the side skirts, then obviously that like hex pattern is pretty cool. What time is it, by the way? Okay, 3 o'clock. All right. That. It's pretty cool shoulder armor there, like that. Atlanta to Birmingham is about 2 hours. I did it myself to go to Kamicon. Okay, all right, fair enough. Well, that's my plan on Friday. I think I get to Atlanta around like 12:30 or something, and then yeah, drive to there. So I should be like by around dinner time or something, I guess. Then that would make it. Should be getting into to Birmingham and checking out Plamo and doing all that fun stuff. I don't know what the plan is really, as far as like if I'll go like to Plamo on Friday. Like to the event space, I mean? I don't know. I'm just gonna be there. We got that. I think I might do another. So today's Tuesday. I think I might do another live build on Thursday. Maybe of the gnomes kit. Got a lot. I'm trying to, as usual. I mean, like anytime. I mean, I'm only gonna be gone for like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But every time, like whenever I'm like about to be gone for something, I always try to like. Always trying to, I don't know, just like not overdo it, but trying to like do it all before leaving. And I don't know, I should try like, don't try to do too much. I'm just talking to myself there. And so wish me luck with that. But yeah, I might try to do another live build on Thursday. We shall see if I've got that ready. So I've got other stuff that I need to work on between now and then, which is kind of, and it's the problem is it's all time sensitive, so it's not like well, it's just kind of makes it hard to choose what to prioritize, because it's all kind of high priority. What is that? Oh, okay. What is Plamo Exhibition? Are there videos about it? So this year is only going to be the second ever. So yes, last year was the first one. So I think you can find some videos and stuff from the event from last year. Probably not a whole lot though. You would have to look though. I don't remember who might have gone there that took some video in terms of like any kind of like content creators or anything like that. I don't remember. I want to say maybe like the Undergated Network would be probably the best bet where to look like for coverage from the event last year. Straighten that out. Pretty cool. I mean, it's just some really cool articulation features with this kit, that's for sure. For our arm frame here, we bend that forward. The frame on the back of the arm there slides like that. All right. Oh boy. See if I can't figure this out, which way this goes on here. I think that's right. Yeah, I must be missing something, right? Okay. This and this. And where's this go? I obviously missed something somewhere, or it's another one. Or I did put that on there. Okay, but that's for the other side. Okay, I just have it two in that spot. These armor parts, yeah, it would be good to probably put these on here too, I suppose. There we go. Thought it was looking a bit bare. Okay, so for our closed fists, we needed this part here. Not that one. That one. One interesting thing about the hand parts. That's weird. Hang on, that's not right. That's not right. One interesting thing about the hand parts is that the finger parts, like the gray part, is a soft plastic. So let's see. Is that supposed to be like that, or this one here? That's not right for that one. I think that's that one. And some of the hand parts have like an extra piece in there and some don't. Anyway, so I think, let's see. Is there one like this? Okay, that definitely needs this piece. Some have this extra piece for the joint, for like the wrist joint, while others do not. I don't really quite get that. That will add like a little bit of articulation, a slight bit of articulation in like that, which yeah, okay, which we're not supposed to have for some of the hand option parts. Okay, so it really just kind of depends on which. This option part needed the thing inside. The piece inside there. Can I get this in? No, there's no way that's going in without taking this off entirely. Hands, there should be more of those parts. So let's see, we'll have to sort out these other hands later. I think I've got some of the parts like in the wrong place or something, maybe for some of the hand parts. Okay. But there's our arm, such as it is. Will you be carrying the new MGEX kit? Yeah, absolutely, of course. It's just obviously not up for pre-order until we get like the order form from Bandai, like order details from Bandai. So unfortunately, have to wait a little bit before being able to put that up for pre-order, even though like we know the price and the release date for it, but what we need to be able to know is like the order quantity and like the US MSRP, because that'll be different from whatever the MSRP is in Japan. As always, important to remember that the US MSRP is different. So don't do the thing that people do, and this, like when the kit is announced, there's like a Bandai will announce the MSRP price for Japan, but and then what people do then is they go into like a currency converter and convert that to US dollars and expect that that's what the price is going to be here in the US, and that's just not how that works. So just remember that. The US MSRP is is an entirely different thing. That comes from Bandai US. And I mean, like, obviously it's going to be similar, but anyway. How many more of those little thingamabobbers do we have? Not very many. Why do we have so few of those? It's odd. All right. Where's that piece? Oh, it's a black piece. That's why. But yep. So. Yeah. Okay. For this side, what can we use this for? The weapon. That and this one here. Nope, that's not it at all. What in the world? What is this going on? What is this? What is this? What is going on with this hand? There should be. What the heck hand is this supposed to fit on? There's another hand backing piece here that just like doesn't fit on any of these hands. What is this going on with this here? It's definitely for this side. Let's see. Hand number 1. Definitely not. Number 2, definitely not. Number 3, not. 4, not. Did I just put that on like the wrong side or something? Or there's just 2 of these? Seems that there's just 2 of those parts when there's not another hand that we can use that on. Okay, anyway, I don't know. Let's just build the rest of this arm here real quick while we're here, and then we'll wrap up the stream after that. So let's see. We already did that. Okay, we need to backtrack a little bit. Not that far back. Here we go. The shoulder part. This one's like this. This one here, that little black piece we just had is there. Can close that, and then add the clear parts. Then the red parts. Like so. And the black parts. Hello. All right. Any other questions anybody has about this build? As I said, as soon as I'm done with this arm, I'm going to wrap up. That just leaves the backpack and the sword to finish. I'll finish that and then have the review out for you guys soon. And you know what? I don't know. But yeah. I assume usually a lot of the times with these, I mean, the main question that people have is just like, how's the build overall? And the build overall, very nice. It's just a lot to build is the main thing. But again, as I said, it's not at all a bad thing. Just be prepared for a... I don't know if I would even say a lengthy build. I mean, it's a lengthy build. There's a lot of parts, but I don't know. Yeah. It's a fairly lengthy build, I suppose. I suppose that's a fair way to describe it. Oh, we have the clear parts for the shoulders. Should we use those? We used the clear parts for the leg. Should I use the clear parts for the shoulder as well? It's kind of like less detail to show off on the underside. Might as well. Because they're here. Wait. We've got clear parts for in that part too. Okay, I missed a lot of clear parts that we could have been putting on. Gonna have to do some serious backtracking here. These parts here also. There's a part separator. I need that again. Can't wait for the MGSD 00. Wish it would have been Exia though. I'm with you. I think either one. I mean, honestly, either one would be good. I don't know if I would have a preference. I would say, if it's any consolation, I would say it's probably just a matter of time until we do get an Exia. So, not this time, but I would assume we're gonna get one at some point. So. Okay. Then this part in here is also a clear part. There's also also a clear part here for that black part in the middle. But as I said with the leg, I'll put the clear parts on where they replace armor, but not for the frame, just because it seems like that's kind of more of a frame detail, and anywhere where it's more like a frame detail seems like you're just putting clear parts on top of clear parts is not as cool. Some people might be completely anti-clear parts and just thinking that none of the clear parts are cool, but they're included, so I'm going to show them. And obviously you don't have to use them yourself. Where'd the other clear part go? On the top, there it is. Okay. Anyway, there's our clear shoulder armor now. After that little backtrack there, and then, okay. Here and here. Hello, friends. Longtime viewer, first time caller. Just wanted to say hi. And did I miss the MGEX announcement, or has that not happened yet? You missed it. That was this morning. I actually have a video that should be live. Let me make sure that that posted over on my channel. So I did a live stream this over on my channel this morning for that, and then also already have a video posted for that as well. So yeah, you can check that out. I recommend that you do check it out. I mean, but in a minute, maybe just stick around here for a moment for the live build, because I'm going to be wrapping up this live stream here in just a few. But then after that, go check out that video. I don't know, I might need a nap after this. No more clear parts here. No clear parts for this upper arm, strangely enough. You kind of would have thought that there might be. This part here too, kind of maybe would have made sense to be a clear part, but all right, we do have clear parts for here on the arm. So that, I want the fist. Kind of weird having not having a clear part for the hand cover, that the hand is in red with like the whole, like no red on the rest of the arm. This back part is also supposed to be red. Might look a little odd. We'll see. We do have that section on the back of the arm still yet. And what do I have? Okay, I guess there's just extras of these. Each arm had 2. And there was really kind of only 1. So strange that we have a couple of like extra leftover parts. Okay. The claw part here, or not claw, like sort of the blade part here for the back of the arm then. This is going to be kind of large, I think. Larger than I was expecting. Oh, wait a minute. Is that correct? It is. Okay. D12 is here. Interesting. Wait a minute. Huh. Can this go on either arm then? I guess it can. Okay. So this, I thought that this was just like kind of part of the arm, but it's basically like just a weapon attachment on the back of the arm, and you could switch it onto either side, really, because both arms have the same attachment point on the back. So that's interesting. And that's just basically in there like that. and then just attaches to the back of the arm. So even though this is the side that we have the clear armor on, we're still having some red on there for that. So, all right. Let's go ahead and pop this on. And then, yeah, we're going to call it a day for now on this. Like I said, I'll finish up the backpack and the main sword weapon in a little bit. I'll have the review out for you guys soon. But just to kind of show you a little sneak peek so how it's looking so far, that those effect parts on the armor are pretty cool. I do like it with the kind of the half clear. I think it kind of works with the design. I mean, if this was a different kit, I don't know if maybe I would feel the same way on like a Gundam kit or something like that. But for this design, I think it kind of works pretty well. What do you guys think? It is quite the build for sure. These skirt parts here at the back are certainly pretty prominent there. But even just the base body itself, it's very, very cool. All right, so that's that so far. Thank you guys for tuning in. What did I say we still have left? The backpack? Yeah, that's the next part here. So I'll work on that. And why don't you guys work on something else? Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, anyway, guys, yeah, thanks for hanging out. I will maybe have another live build here on this channel on Thursday. So just stay tuned for updates on that. I will let you guys know for sure later on. But for now, all right, yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see y'all soon. Adios, guys. Bye-bye. Heart emoji.